That's nobody, right? You can start making some, right? I'm good.
I can, yeah. Uh-huh. All good. All right, just doing a little microphone check here. Hello, folks. I'm doing a little yapping, and now Chemda will.
What's up? How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much. Will, not to start so personal, what's the last movie you saw in a movie theater?
I just saw Us.
Okay. And
The Jordan Peele horror movie. It was excellent.
Okay.
I really liked it. And like it was really crazy because I think as soon as it was over, I didn't know how to feel. But then on like 2 hours to the dot afterwards, like my chest got real tight and I was like, like I couldn't stop thinking about it. That shit hit me hard.
Is there a twist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's all I need.
That's all you need. It's one of those things that like now I want to see it again, knowing what I know.
Is it somehow related to his last movie?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, just doing a little microphone check here. Hello, folks. I'm doing a little yapping, and now Chemda will.
What's up? How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much. Will, not to start so personal, what's the last movie you saw in a movie theater?
I just saw Us.
Okay.
Like 2 hours to the dot afterwards, like my chest got real tight and I was like, like I couldn't stop thinking about it. That shit.
Right, outstanding. We'll do this little ditty, and then we'll begin. Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda gave me a deadline to rate my stand-up. She said, we have a date picked out, April 15th, for your yearly show. Now I need a deadline for you to rate it. And all yesterday, I was at the computer. What am I angry at? Then I get legitimately angry, even though I'm kind of making it up on the spot. And as soon as I wrote the beginning, just between us, to myself out loud, I go, oh, this is good. I tricked you. So I'm very excited.
That's good. That's good. I like the days that you write. I can kind of tell that you're writing because you act like everybody's there in the room with you and they know exactly what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So you'll text me something that you're upset about out of nowhere, but like in funny form. And I'm like, yes, Keith, keep that in your stand-up. That's funny.
Right.
Don't act like you're just fucking texting me. I know what you're doing.
Chemda, by the way, has a new episode out in your VIP program. Shit My Father-in-Law Says, Episode 7. She keeps in touch with her ex-father-in-law. She's divorced, but keeps in touch with the dad. Is that stupid? Is that crazy? Yes. Is it entertaining? Yes, as well. Chemda continues her conversation with Daddy-O, her ex-husband's father.
Someone has to love me.
Right. The talk begins with a discussion of Chemda's own dad in the hospital for seizures, which leads to talk of his death, our own mortality, raising children, forgiveness, and how healthy and harmful forgiveness could be. What could that mean?
You'll see. Means he had some shit sons.
It's every show we've ever done, including these spin-off shows at keithandthegirl.com/VIP. Rex says, no joke, if it weren't for Chemda's What's My Name episode entitled Dating with HIV that happened to appear before me a week after my diagnosis, I'd probably not be here today. Hashtag 14 years of podcasting.
And we love him. So glad you're still here.
The Third Crow writes, thank you.
And we love him. I'll be the good one, just saying love.
Thank you, Keith and the Girl, for saving my life. Chemda and Keith are the real superheroes this planet needs.
I goddamn need a cape.
So thank you, buddy. That's
Put
nice.
that on my list, my Amazon wish list.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest, co-host, along with our favorite, Courtney McGinnis of Narcissistas, a podcast for you, about us. You're welcome.
He's already shimmy shaking.
Right.
Woo! Well, hello, shake your titties. I'm Will Cope, y'all. Hi.
He comes with his own intro.
I do. Sorry, I just jumped to it. I'm just so excited to be here. I'm freaking out.
When did you meet Courtney? For years.
Oh my God, we go all the way back. We met junior year of high school on a fashion field trip. I gave up a credit, bust my ass to Courtney's high school, and drove a minivan and took this fashion class that was very bootleg, but it got us here.
What kind of school is this? A fashion class in high school?
It was like a magnet class. There were so many high schools. There's 26 high schools in this Northern Virginia county. Okay. And so some of them had specialty classes. Essentially, you could take Korean, or you could take hotel management, or you could take fashion design. So it was if you had an idea of what you wanted to do, or what you wanted to major in, you could give up an elective and use that time to drive across the county to take another class.
And you're a fashion designer now.
I am, so it worked out for a few of us.
What's hot? What's hot out there today?
Ooh, interesting.
I love that that's a real question.
Right.
Keith just pulled something out of his ass, and you're like, yeah, let me take this
I was
seriously.
I need to act like I know what I'm talking about right now, so I can keep getting paid.
What do you specifically design?
So I design menswear, so that's where my head's going. And honestly, the 90s are very hot right now. So you know how everything's been skinny jeans and very tailored and stuff. So things are kind of getting bigger, looser fit, which I appreciate, because honestly, it's bulking season. You know what I'm talking about.
Hello.
So it's
Keith
very.
just knows when he hears that tone, he has to go hello.
Right.
Exactly. We're already vibing. That's very much the call and response I like. So yeah, it's kind of getting looser and brighter too. Color blocking's coming back in, logo, all that kind of crazy shit we saw in the late 90s.
After you said that, and I love 90s stuff,
Right?
because it's 70s plus a little more comfort.
Exactly,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But breathable fabrics.
Yeah, exactly. And a little edgy maybe.
Uh-huh.
So with all of that fashion knowledge,
Yeah,
you're wearing a sweatshirt.
I sure am.
Help me understand.
I'm just comfy cash, you know.
Oh, I see.
And I'm trying to give this nude illusion color palette. I don't know. This is it's a blush peanut butter color.
Oh, I see. When you know
perhaps.
words, a sweatshirt is fashion.
Exactly.
Okay.
As long as you can explain it a little bit.
Yeah, for those listening at
you can
home.
make it fashion.
Yeah, for those listening at home, it's a brown sweatshirt. I gotta tell my girlfriend I'm comfy cash.
They should. Honestly, it's really about the finesse.
You also design shoes. What's new in those?
Oh my God. So
Do they still have a
honestly,
sole?
Get into these shoes. They still have a sole. So dad sneakers are the thing, and I'm giving the ugliest shoe possible. It looks like my bones are broken.
It does.
Right? And
Yes.
that's the vibe. Sorry the podcasts aren't as visual as they need to be for
We'll
this
post
look.
it. We'll post it on our website
Right?
and in the app.
But
they're puffy in weird ways.
Yeah, right?
Like
Exactly.
hillbilly fat.
Exactly. It's very so what is something that your dad would wear and you would clown him for? Put that on and pull it off.
Keith, you were so in fashion.
So
when-
you're doing it right. Honestly, dad style's the wave. And you're checking the boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant 15 years ago.
No, if everything comes back around, just wait it out.
Honestly, for real.
Yeah.
Just don't update and you'll be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to take away your job, but just keep your closet
It's-
the same.
Honestly, it's true. A broken clock is right 2 times a day.
That's right. My closet's right 2 times a lifetime.
Exactly.
And I'm coming around. Like we mentioned, we've been podcasting for 14 years, and once a year, Chemda and I go to a steakhouse we would never normally go to. We find it a little extravagant, and quite frankly, we're not that kind of people. But we're like, you know what? We're going to spend too much money. We're going to get too many appetizers, and we're going to have a good time. And it was so fun, Chemda. But I think I'm over steakhouses in that these waiters, what is it where that's the charm to not give a fuck? I'm not saying sit next to me with all your pieces of flair, but I am saying,
Come on, Flair.
hello. How about a hello?
Yeah,
It's so
it'd be
curmudgeon-y.
nice.
Now,
Yeah.
a lot of people are either there like for business or like you see a bunch of men's dinners because they can only meet at steakhouses.
Yeah, it's very that.
So there's a lot of testosterone in the room, but it's also like meant. I thought it was meant to be romantic.
Right?
Now he and I are not
It's
dating.
dimly lit.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. They're
But-
cloth napkins.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But the waiters, like, their clothes don't fit right on them. And I'm
Right?
only saying that because their career waiters were paying, way too much money for everything. So there's an
Absolutely.
aesthetic that's not happening. And even though, like, I'm going to say, like, there was no romance, I don't want romance between me and Keith, but I want
A vibe.
an atmosphere.
An
yeah.
experience.
Yes,
Yes.
let me wipe off your table before we bring
Yeah.
the next course. It was just like everyone's a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. Here's some steak.
And it's every
Steakhouse.
10-star steakhouse that we've ever been to.
If you line up waiters from a diner, from a cafe,
Okay.
I will pick out the steakhouse fucking waiter. Every single time. His hair is unkempt no matter what the
No
fuck
matter
it is.
what.
It's always, and I have big, ridiculous hair,
Uh-huh.
but their hair somehow is just, this is me talking about somebody's hair.
No.
Do your hair however you want.
But like, it's a fucking steakhouse. Like, at least be put together. Like, buy the right size blazer.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It looks like when they left their house, their mom was like, oh my God.
It does. It looks like you machine washed the suit and then put it on. Like in the back, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
like-
with the cloth napkins.
Yes. Yeah. They gain and lose weight, wear the same suits.
Same suits.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No, it's definitely a curmudgeon attitude, and again, I guess if it's every steakhouse, it has to be part of the charm. Like it has to be classes, right?
Right?
Like you wait on me and we'll practice, and they go hello, and they go cut.
Cut. No.
For what?
Yeah, like what's that training video like? You know what I mean? Like it's gotta be. There's something where they're like, hey, so if you're feeling good, you should probably not come in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you should just like get pissed off, like knock something around before you come in.
We've been in the steakhouse industry for years, and here's what we've learned:
Okay.
when somebody asks for a crab cake, you don't say coming right up because then they're waiting for it. You don't talk and walk away. Then when the crab cake shows up, they're pleasantly surprised.
It's a surprise.
And
I
then
like
it
that.
justifies a $60 tip.
Honestly, maybe there is that method to the madness. Like, how about we actively lower expectations as the evening goes? So by the time it's over, you're like, that wasn't so bad.
Seriously, they really did that. By the time dessert came, we saw this thing on the menu that says like chocolate, caramel, some word we didn't know.
Okay, yes, that's how you get me.
You
if
know?
there's one that I like feel like I should Google, but I'm scared to pull out my phone, like then I'm like, that's the one I'll take.
Yeah. So now
We say, what is a caramel chocolate pot?
Yeah, I
And
don't.
Chemda loves pot, so we're excited, right? But we got a feling based on their
Same,
attitude,
relatable.
it's not pot.
Uh-huh.
So he goes, it's basically it's your classic pot. I have to find that on my own. It's mousse.
Oh, what?
yeah.
Like what? And moose was like not included at all in the description.
No, it wasn't.
Wow.
Not one word of moose, which is fine. Like you got to make us talk to the waiter because we're having an experience, but he doesn't know shit.
doesn't-
Exactly. Like,
right.
what are you even doing here?
Now,
Come on.
also next to us, the table next to us, I had to use my flashlight on my phone to look at the menu.
Relatable. Yeah.
Thank you.
For
But
sure.
then I don't realize that my flashlight is still on. I'm just holding my phone like an asshole. So I'm like flashing a light on this dude next to me. And so he politely was like, hey, you're flashing the light on me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, no big deal, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, he's a celebrity. And I just flashed my light on him
Oh,
for like a
shit.
while. Like, hey.
Like
here's-
I'm recording you
Yeah.
right now. Oh shit.
Meanwhile, I don't know what celebrity because I'm so bad at celebrities.
But you just know he's famous. Like,
If I know who you look like,
Yeah.
you have got to be famous. So now I don't know how to describe this to Keith. I said normally he plays a curmudgeon-y, older, I don't know, possibly Jewish, but not
So like the character he plays would also be at that steakhouse.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
He'd be working.
Yeah. Like he's like in character. He's method.
Yeah. Did you figure out who it was?
No, the guys. I am amazed that Chemda knows this person because she does know.
Yeah.
It's not Tom Cruise, right?
No.
Okay.
It's not Tom Hanks.
No.
The
Okay,
Toms.
so that's
Gotta get the
that's
Toms.
everybody Chemda knows.
Basically.
She knows of Brad Pitt.
Okay. Yeah. Heard of him.
So for this guy not to be Al Pacino, I don't know how she knows who he is.
Wow.
So it must be.
It's a character actor.
What I concluded is he must be a character actor in a movie that I've seen a million times, and to me, he's famous because I've seen him a million
Got
times.
it. Yes. Relatable. Absolutely. Okay. Yes.
Chemda has seen 2 movies and 15,000 movies, so it's the same movie. And she really knows this guy and doesn't get how everybody doesn't know the guy from Drinking Buddies.
Oh my God, that's so relatable. I went through a phase where I would literally just watch the same movie every fucking day. And it'd be some bootleg shit that I like recorded on like The Wonderful World of Disney or like something like anything I could get my hands on my like bootleg VHS player, like the only thing I had in my room.
You know
And
how
I would
many
watch it every
times
day. It was my best friend.
I've watched Good Will Hunting at least 10 times.
Well, then
Love
when
that.
Chemda says,
10.
"How about these apples?" is corny. It's like, well, I didn't see it 10 times. I saw it once and it was cute.
What movie's that from? I'm like that with like weird things like Eddie. It's like a Whoopi Goldberg movie where she becomes the coach of the New York Knicks. Why can I recite it? You know what I mean? Like it's just like now part of me. It's a weird thing.
Now, the other day, Chemda's like, "We get it. He put cigarettes out on your chest." It's like he only cried about it once, not 20 times. Stop rewatching. It's a classic.
It's a classic. Rewind that back. I love it.
You live with your boyfriend now?
Yes, I do.
5 years?
Yeah, it's been 5 years. We've been together for 6.
You actually seem happy about it.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It's really wild, and like I can't tell if you can tell, but we're gay. So it's like so long. Like that's in gay years. It's like literally like we've been together for fucking 35 years.
It's like you're lesbians.
Yeah, I know. Like
Yeah.
like when I tell gays that we've been together for 6 years, they gasp.
Especially because
Yeah.
you're so young.
I know. It's
Yeah.
wild. It's really wild. We shacked up fast like lesbians too. Like
This is-
straight up.
This is the
second
new
date U-Haul.
wild.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really like maybe I should be studied. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But no, it's been great. Like we live in Bushwick, and
How'd you meet?
we met in the club. That's the club, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the club I can't get into. The club.
The club. No, we met in the club, like in person.
They
The
would look
girls-
at me and be like, "No, those clothes aren't ready yet." And I'd be like, "All right, I'll be at the club."
Okay, they were like, come back in 4 years, 6 months, you'll be ready. That's when the season will line up aesthetically. Oh my God, yes. No, so we met, we met out just like in person, believe it or not. Like all the girls are
Classic.
like, what app is the club for real? No, it was my best friend forever, like since we were 7, and we didn't know we were gay. Like we were just boys, you know,
Right.
that also would sing Split the Boy's Mind equally, you know, singing back to each other.
That's got to be some
Right?
easy first date dinner conversation, though, right?
Right?
About how you both separately realized you were gay, the way you were
Totally.
lying to yourself.
There's a lot. That's the other thing is like there's so many classic gay first date questions. Like, do your parents know? Do you like, are you just like, how out are you in general? Like, where are we at on this timeline? What do you prefer sexually? Like, is this going to
Like
be
bottom or
compatible?
top?
Exactly. Like,
Those are better questions. When I'm on
Right?
a date, it's if you can be any animal. So at least you guys got that, right? Life's harder,
exactly.
sure.
For sure.
But the questions,
Exactly. And the interview's like stacked up already. At least like until like day 3. Then it's like, oh, okay, so are we compatible? No, but that's
Are you a top or a bottom?
I'm verse. So
Oh,
like best
nice.
of both worlds. Come on. Why'd you know what I mean? Like when I got options, like let's take full advantage.
Yeah.
That's why when anyone's like, I understand. Well, I mean, because I do it all, check all the boxes. It blows my mind when people like are adamant one way or the other, like total top or total bottom. Like,
do they think? Is there?
why not?
Do you think they mean that, or do you?
There's some people that mean it.
Huh.
It's wild.
'Cause-
Like
'cause
very.
anytime I hear it,
very,
And what I normally hear
strict.
is either sub or dom.
Uh-huh,
And I'm like,
uh-huh.
don't you naturally do everything? And are they just
No.
trying to be hip and grab it onto a word? I don't get it. I'm both. You do it.
Yeah, right?
I like
I
it
like
because it's
range.
both.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I don't think I would enjoy maybe dominating someone a little bit more. Like, and I don't even swing all the way dominant. It's just like I'm probably more in charge this time. You're probably more in charge next time.
Exactly.
But I kind of like that we get to have different sex then.
Exactly. That's what keeps it exciting.
It's such a different mindset to like be the top
Right?
because you're in control in a very specific way. You have to come up with more. It's like being the improver, but you're the prompt.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And then like
you created the itinerary, essentially.
yeah. And as a bottom, like that's a lot of acting. That's like no, I can't get out of this, but like you better hold me down harder.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the whole thing to me. Like my favorite is I'm gonna fight you and hope you win.
For sure. I mean, I know. Well, that's the thing is that's why I love being both because there's like a brattiness that comes along with both aspects because it's like because we like have this flexibility and this like almost spontaneity. It's almost like what's going to happen this time.
That's
You know
so
what I
weird
mean?
because yesterday I was watching porn and a new kind of porn came up for me that I was like, oh, fuck, I'm into this.
Okay, yes. Oh my God, go on.
Basically, and I don't even think I clicked on this. It was this couple fighting.
Uh-huh.
And they were just like, fuck you, you piece. And they start like actually pushing each other. And I'm like, yeah.
I love that shit. I love that shit. I mean, that's why that one scene in fucking Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the scene that fucking broke up Brad and Jen is so hot. Because they're literally like shooting each other and then fighting, like beating the shit out of each other and then throwing each other around and then fucking each other and like all this broken glass. And I was like, yes, please, and
Oh my
thank you.
God.
Like it's
I have to
fun.
rewatch that because I
Get
remember
into it.
in the L Word,
Oh, yes.
what's their one of the main couples? I forget the Tina and the other one.
Yeah.
Tony.
So
I
she
was like,
she just found out that the other one is cheating.
Yeah.
Like just found out, and they go home and they're like, "I know you cheated." And she's like, "Fuck!" And then they start fighting, and then they have sex, and I'm like, No, brain, stop liking this. This is so good.
That's like I feel like that's a common, I mean, maybe it's the way my algorithm's set up, but that's like a common trope in like gay porn. It'll be like, I caught you cheating at the gym, like with like you just slept with someone else. Right. Like now we're gonna fuck because I'm mad at you. And I'm like, yeah, sign me up. I was like, I got 15 minutes. Let's get this done.
There's another one, and it was in Spanish. I'm like, how did Spanish get into my porn? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my God, yes.
And
I'm
then-
a bilingual.
And then she sees it by accident, and it's, well, you like this, you much like this. Now she has to read all her porn. It's in German. Never mind what's going on there.
You gotta really focus.
So this poor she's going like, and I don't know how this started. Bless her heart. This dude rings the doorbell and comes in, just starts like loving up on her. She's like, no, we can't do this again. And my husband's upstairs sleeping. And I'm like, yeah. and then she's like, no, stop touching me. You know, when you touch me, I get horny. And I'm like, oh no. And then,
Don't tell him that.
Don't tell him that.
and then
It's counterproductive.
his friend comes in and starts touching her too. And she's like, oh my God, I can't even.
I can't even. Someone updated dialogue. With the times.
But like in Spanish.
Oh my
anyway,
God.
she couldn't even until she blew the shit out of
Of
them.
course. Of course. Classic.
Look what you're making me do. You guys are next level. Now, my move is I go, I'm submissive, and then the girl takes charge, and I flip her over. Gotcha, bitch! I'm done with it, bitch!
Like, bitch, you thought.
Right.
Wow, that's fun.
Can I ask you how old you are?
I am 30.
Okay, so you're with a guy, quick math, about 25, 24 years old.
Yes, we met when we were 24.
Okay, before that, were you on dating apps?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What-
Out here. The apps, the sites, all of it.
Did they have apps when you were in high school, dating apps?
No, they didn't. They did not have apps when I was. I didn't get my first smartphone till college. So I graduated college.
Okay.
And that was when it really kicked in. But I was on like dating sites in college. Cause like the original, the OG, and in high school, the OG was fucking AOL chat rooms. Like that was kind of where it all started. And it was very like, ooh, like ASL, like age, sex, location, how old are you, blah, 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 which is in retrospect creepy because I was like 16 and like talking to like dudes that were like 27, 30, and like that feels weird now. But then it moved into like so many apps for that, like, or sorry, sites for that. Like it was very specific, or like, are you into black guys? Are you into bears? Are you into daddies? Are you into twinks? Are you into whatever? And then it turned into like that mobily.
Right.
And
With
then,
all these apps we have now, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have the gay community to thank for those?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, Tinder would not be here if Grindr did not pave the way, for sure, for sure. Especially like the location-driven shit. Like that was all us. You're welcome.
Thank you.
We're the pioneers, for sure, for sure.
Did you like being specific, or is it weird because now people are being specific about you? Like, you know, the twink thing, the black thing. Did you start watching porn in Spanish? Is what I'm
yes, actually, that did eventually happen. No, I would say that like it was, to me, it was already set up that way, and like that came with the education because like my coming out and like sexual identity is so like intertwined with the internet era because
Tell
like
us about your coming out.
like I mean I was so gay. Like my mom said she knew when I was 2 because I was literally like putting pantyhose on my head like it was a weave and spinning around the house like for hours. So like that I was like that little gay baby down like just like fucking voguing in the hallway. Like
Was
that
she
me.
into it?
She at first was like I think she was stressed because
Of
it
what
was
would
like
happen to you?
yeah, like the 80s, and she was like, "Yikes! Like this is gonna be a fucking hard life for like raising a black gay man in America. Like yikes!" But then
she saw you Vogue and was like,
okay.
Excuse
she was
me.
like, well, what do we have here? No, but it was also just like, how does this like? How are we going to deal with the family and what they think? And like, how are we going to navigate basically this path that is set out for us that I don't know what's ahead?
Isn't that so interesting? To me,
right?
You're watching a 2-year-old going like, he's going to watch this porn and that. Get his dick out of your mouth.
Right?
You're his cousin.
Exactly.
Like, why is your uncle concerned about
That's what I'm
if
saying.
you're on Grindr or Tinder?
That's what I'm saying.
I was
but,
hoping
like,
me and my cousin go off and fuck some chick. And
Yeah.
just the dream's taken away.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what is
it's
different?
weird. I don't know, but like I had like my uncles and shit like punching me in the chest for like to man up and like doing all sorts of stuff like that. Like that was just how it was. Or like hearing them discuss me when I like was in the room or not in the room about like how
What's the logic of the punching to say like, hey, don't like men? Punch, punch.
I get. Well, at this point, it was like not even that. Like I was like 6. Like I was like, I don't even think it was sexual. I just think it was like a soft thing.
I see.
And to be like a soft black man in America is like a scary idea for a lot of people because it's setting you back, I think, from what the notion of the world ahead is. And I mean, honestly, we're tougher in a different way because to be like authentic in your femininity as a black gay man is like sometimes puts your fucking safety in danger.
Sure.
Yeah.
But like also
It's like
I don't
saying
give a
wanna.
fuck.
It's like saying wanna fight every time you open your mouth.
Literally that,
Yeah.
like just me showing up. Honestly, I've literally been on the street corner talking to a friend and been approached by someone that wanted to fight me, like out of nowhere, that I had no concept of who that person was.
Wow.
So like that is like a real thing that happens, just like me getting coffee with a coworker.
Isn't that amazing? You
So-
turn up people's energy.
Yeah, no, literally me, like just me being around, like my presence enrages people. So like that's fun. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
also like that is something that I know as watching a kid and knowing that they have no concept of what that is ahead of them and like trying to prepare them for that is a scary thing when like you're tasked to protect them. You know what I mean? And like there's so many things that we teach kids not to do just for their protection. And if like being gay or being soft is part of that.
Have you gotten beaten up for being gay?
Not like bashed, no. So yeah, I would say no.
Well, I feel like it sounds.
So did Will Hunting. He said no.
No, definitely like no, I have not.
Wait, it sounds like so. You know, the sound of your voice and the femininity in your whole style.
Yeah, and like my mannerisms and shit. Yeah.
It makes men angry, but when I think about it, it makes men angry in women also. Like
Oh,
whenever
for
they do
sure.
like an impression of a woman,
Yeah.
it's like this, oh my God, like this
Yes.
grating voice.
Yes.
And what I think is you're in the kind of body that they get to punch. So we annoy them like, you annoy them more for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Congratulations. But we annoy them kind of equally as much, but they get to punch you because it won't look weird to punch another like male body.
But the other side of that, because absolutely, I think that it's like misogyny for sure, like just the hate of women and women characteristics and femininity and everything that comes around with that. But there's also the element of men know how they think of women or how they sexualize women or how they
have
talk
a
about
place for them in their life.
Exactly, and the way that they objectify and sexualize them, and the fact that when they see a gay man, they know that that's flipped on them, and now that they become the prey, fucks them up. Like that is honestly what is so terrifying, is that to be the bait all of a sudden, or to be the one that is like the lower on the food train in a way that's like now you're being pursued, can be terrifying when you know what that entails.
Meanwhile, they're not even being pursued.
And then, girl, I don't even want it, but like I just showed up and now you're stressed. Like what's going on? You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get a coffee.
So now you're insulting me? You're not even interested?
Exactly. Like they're like, how dare you not want this? And I'm like, honestly, brush your teeth. First things first.
That is true. Like
right?
men think they're so desired.
I know. I'm like, chill out, girl.
Do you know you have to try? I mean, not with women, we've proven that, but with men, it looks like you got to try a little.
I know.
Honestly, I wish every guy was gay. I don't know
Right?
what the
It's
problem
fun.
is, but I'm very awake.
Yep.
He woke up before noon today.
What do people mean by that?
Huh?
What age did you come out to your parents and your mom's like, oh, fascinating?
So I didn't. Right. That was literally it. So I didn't really have to.
She's like, oh, did you just want ice cream today? Stop.
Exactly. Well, my internet browser history really did the coming out. Because I was like 13, whacking it all day, and that shit was stacked up. And I thought I was clearing my tracks, but I really wasn't, because it was the family computer. You know what I mean? Like, It was very shifty. And also, I'm like printing out porn. Like, it was a mess. So, that was what I was like. What I need to get this to my room. This is in like the fucking living room. What am I gonna do? So I'm like, ooh, print all. And like, fucking, I had a binder under my bed. Like, that was what it was.
And it's a dot matrix printer.
Exactly. Yeah, it really was. So that's what it was giving, and all that shit was found.
Oh, Grandpa, what was the internet like when you were young?
For real though, this fucking stone age, the struggle, the kids don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even back in their day, they'd pick up a rock kind of shaped like a woman, but it was immediate. With us, there's a to-do.
Exactly. Oh my God. So yeah, that was really it. And so my mom would always bring up like tough conversations in the car, because there's no escape. Like if you're fucking moving and the doors are locked, like there's nowhere you could go.
So you learned how to duck and roll.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like I did jump out of a car a couple times, but this one we were like zooming, and she was like, "So, does everyone know you're gay?" And like that was it. And I was like, "Well, no."
At what age?
I was.
Did you say
14
your mom,
or 15?
14, 15. Did you say to your mom, "No, girl"?
No, I didn't. But I was like, "Ooh, no."
Were you gonna
I,
cry in that? Just because that's
Yeah.
a big question that she casually dropped, and it
was.
it exposes you all of a
For
sudden.
sure. I wanted to literally die in that moment, and like it wasn't.
And she wasn't doing it harsh or anything, but it's
No.
like, oh, I'm naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like literally,
you're not touching
like
me and nothing's wrong.
it
But
literally was like someone snatched my whole wig bald in front, like, and I was just like, ah! Like I was not ready. But I was literally just like, all right, well, let's talk about this then. And I was like, no, and I honestly don't want to, because at this point I had decided that whatever school I was going to, I was leaving this Northern Virginia shit, and I'm going somewhere like a major city, and I'm coming out then. Like that, going to college will be the transition, because like, fuck these people in high school, no shade, but like the ones that are ride or die will like love me then still.
Right.
And then it's like a new beginning, fresh start.
But your mom noticed.
Yes.
And so you couldn't have been that, what's the word, subtle about it?
Oh, for sure. No, I was.
But were you
so
code
gay.
switching about it?
A little bit, yeah.
She goes, when are you going to tell me that you're gay? And he goes, what?
It kind of was very that. No, but I mean, like when Courtney first met me, like I was straight, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Can we hear you try to do that? Like, what,
my straight voice. Like, it wasn't. I think I was giving like maybe like trying to be here all the time. Like, hey guys, did you see that new Rihanna video? I cried in the car on the way here. Like, that's what I was giving. Like, imagine I'm wearing like 2 polos and like
People are like, you cried, and you're like, because she's so fuckable.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like my locker's covered in Beyonce. Every binder is like Beyonce covered. Like, I'm fucking like weeping. Like, I'm I'm sketching fucking girls' clothes all the time. Like, I'm so gay. I'm fucking so gay, you guys. Like, listen to me right now. I'm so gay.
She
So
makes
I was
my
like,
penis so dripping.
yeah, totally. I was like, yum. Like, she's hot. I was like, whatever. But
what did Courtney say when you came? Like,
she was like, duh, girl. Kind of. I think she was a little shocked, but also Courtney, like, she's a magnet for the gays, but is also clueless. Like, her favorite NSYNC bitch was Lance Bass. Like, she wanted to
What?
fuck Lance Bass.
No.
That's Courtney McGinnis's truth.
oh, she finally gets to with Casey.
Yeah. Woo, that was good. No, but for real, like, that's just like who she is. So like, here we are. Right. I was like,
Well,
oh yeah, girl.
You guys are narcissists. She's only paying attention to herself.
Exactly. It's
And
very,
she's not gay.
Exactly. And
So
she was like, I look cooler with a black guy as a friend.
When I look at
Like,
your
what a boost.
when I look at your bio that you obviously wrote as an admiral in the Beyhive,
Yes, that's me.
are you a card carrying member? Like, I'm not joking. Is this a fan club and you really have a position?
It's not.
Okay.
I mean, it is a fan club,
Right.
and I don't have an official position.
Okay.
But I appreciate you taking that as a serious
Yeah,
question.
why wouldn't it be? I mean, I could. The Kiss Army
Because-
could call me up at any day.
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
maybe you are.
I think that, I mean, maybe I am. I think there may be an election coming up soon or something. But
Well, it reads, Beyonce
Yep.
is not a subject we'll take slightly. So let me ask you some things that I was wondering, okay?
yeah, lay it on me. I'm ready.
Okay, first of all, did Beyonce
Uh-huh.
physically have that baby?
Which one?
Any of them?
The first one, I think she physically had all of them, but there was a faux belly at a time.
Okay.
And this is what I think happened for sure. So there is that moment where the belly like straight up collapses. So if you guys recall the MTV Movie Awards of 2011, where Beyonce does the mic drop and the belly reveal, and like Kanye and
After
Jay
she
are, like,
spun
crying.
around like a ballerina,
Uh-huh.
so now we're just nervous. I know you can't shake baby, so for her, let's assume it's fake.
Well, that was a very low key performance. She was honestly just like Temptations 2-step in. It was
Okay.
very cute. She was keeping it mild for Beyonce standards, but I appreciate you
Okay.
respecting the choreography. I do appreciate that.
Was there any?
No, none of that. None of
Okay.
that. It was Love on Top. It was that very like grandma song that people love.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they play it at weddings and shit.
Okay.
So that's what she was giving, but then literally a week later, she shows up in Australia doing press, and she looks huge, and that's when she sits down, and that's stomach's like, and I was like, oh, okay, girl, you
Like a
tried it.
balloon.
Like exactly, like I really think that it was literally like it just caves in slowly, like it was like made in neoprene or something. Like it's so weird.
And she just kept going because for a split
She kept
second she
going.
thinks, "Do I go? Oh my god!"
yeah, exactly. Like what? Am I doing? Exactly.
I
but
need a
no.
doctor.
She didn't, but then. The twins, she was all about showing off that belly so much. So I know that those babies were for sure.
Okay, so we don't know
For
how
sure
we're being
in there.
played, but a little bit.
Oh, we're definitely being played.
Okay.
But like,
When
I'm
she
here
did,
for it.
when she did the Super Bowl,
Fucking strap me up.
when
you
she
know?
did the Super Bowl and that Destiny's Child on
Yes,
there for a
yes,
minute,
yes,
did she want them there?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Those are the members of Destiny's Child that she did want there because not everyone gets invited.
When she's there with the other two main ones, and did you
Come on,
you,
main ones.
You know who? You know who?
I love
It's-
it. Oh, I
it's
know
not-
who.
it's
Oh, I
not-
know who.
It's not like a million members in Slipknot. You know
Yep.
who I'm talking about.
I know the ones. The one and the two.
Right. So one and two are there,
Yep.
and you saw it, of course, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
You
yeah.
definitely
I watch
saw
it
it.
for breakfast. Yeah.
Okay, you definitely every day. You definitely saw how she threw shade to her past, right?
Yeah, she was like, "Thank you, bye, get off the stage."
She does her songs,
Yeah, and
gives it
then-
her all,
yeah.
then sings with the women,
Yeah.
and then when she like halfway
with
through the
thing one and thing
Yeah.
two.
with thing one and thing two, and then halfway through she starts doing the moves, and then she just like rolls her eyes and half-asses the moves, and
Yeah.
is like, "Bye, bitches."
She literally kicks them off. Also, the
Was
shade
that rude?
is.
Was that rude?
I don't think so because it was the Beyonce Super Bowl performance, not the Destiny's Child Super Bowl performance. So there's that. But I think the
Were you
true
on the
shade of
billing?
it, right? But the true shade was that she had them sing her famous song that was just her with 2 backup girls, aka single ladies, but they were not included in the original. So she was like, you can come out here and like we'll do a little quick Desi Child ode, and then you'll help me sing my song. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you guys. I love you.
All right, now here's another
Very that.
question. To me, it seems
Yeah.
that Jay-Z, for better or worse,
I've
is
heard of
bringing
him.
out her
Yeah.
best music.
Okay, interesting.
Is he going to cheat on her again as a favor?
I don't know if it'll be a favor at this point.
It'll just
but
be-
I do
You
love
want consistency in a relationship.
absolutely. I
like-
just hope that he continues to piss her off in some way because my favorite Beyonce is angry Beyonce. It's always been that way, and she's always been pissed at him. Like, tell me what you think about like independent women style. She's talking about fuck Jay-Z. Like it's like she's always mad at him.
It feels like whenever he cheats,
Yeah.
she comes out with like record of the fucking century.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good. Yeah, because she's like pissed, and that's the thing is
Does
everyone's
he
like,
get when she wins? Does he get producing credit? Does he go on stage and accept the award? He should, right?
No, Rihanna does.
no, ooh, girl.
Did they do it? Did he have intercourse with Rihanna?
I don't think so. I don't think he had intercourse with Rihanna.
Just finger blasting each other.
Probably. Or
Oh,
something
okay.
like that. Like, it definitely got gross with Rihanna for a little bit, like
Okay.
when he initially signed her, like, 06 time. Because this is the tea. Everyone freaked out about Lemonade as, like, this pinnacle of, like, Beyonce finally addressing the cheating and all this shit.
That was
But
a
if
new
you-
cheat.
Exactly. But if you go listen to B-Day, like, the 06, the fucking Irreplaceable, that whole Ring the Alarm, that whole album, the whole album is her just yelling at men, being like, green light. There's a song called Green Light. It says you're holding up traffic, green means go. Like, get the fuck out of my life. Freakum dress, when your man acts up, you pull out your sluttiest dress and you go to the club to show that other dudes will snatch you up in a second. Like, that is the
I
message.
should have left my phone at home because this is right.
Exactly. Very
left, to the
that.
left,
Exactly.
everything you-
Like, so it was all the like. There's a song called Kitty Cat. It's literally talking about her pussy, saying that like we can go if that like that's fine.
Are they
Bye.
are they happy together, or is it like the Clintons?
No, I think that they are happy together.
I think they're happy together
yeah.
because she was a child when they met, and
Yeah.
she understands this to be a relationship. But is she like diva happy in her diva life? But she's just
I think
like
it's
kind of a regular wife in
Yeah.
that it's the only regular thing she does.
For
like,
sure.
She takes regular shit,
Yeah.
takes regular fucking cheating, regular lying, like a regular bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that's the realness. Is like if Beyonce's out here still putting up with like
Yeah.
shit from men, and
Yeah.
like what the fuck? You know
Yeah,
what
and
I
then
mean?
just getting lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for the lemonade. Fucking hell.
Is Lemonade urine? I haven't heard the whole album.
It's so deep.
it's there's a lot in there for sure.
Jay-Z just put out a tweet.
Oh yeah, okay.
I believe this is
He doesn't follow Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'm sorry, who? Beyonce's husband, I think is what
Right.
you meant to say.
my daughter got accepted into USC all on her own. No jail time. So a little dig at Operation Varsity Blues, of course.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, here's what's extra fun.
okay.
6 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre donated $70 million to USC.
Wait, is this Dr. Dre or Jay-Z?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, did I say Jay-Z?
You did say Jay-Z
Yeah.
before.
Oh, this is all looking bad.
I was like, that's hilarious because his daughter's 6.
Okay, so it's Dr. Dre. Never mind everything.
I mean, it's still Dr. Dre who tweeted that or no?
Yeah, it was Dr. Dre.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
Dr. Dre definitely donated money to get his daughter into school.
$70 million.
That's
How
crazy.
dumb was she? Get into a school.
Like, right? Also, if you're rich and your kid doesn't want to go to college, then like they don't have to go to, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Right.
that's not their game. I don't understand. Like, what if you invested, I don't know, $500,000 in what the fuck they wanted to do?
Yeah.
Like they are already rich and like you made a life so that they can choose their own destiny. Why would you throw this? It doesn't make sense.
But does he forget? Like, he forgets he donated $70 million?
Honestly, probably. When you're that rich, like you're just writing checks left and right. What the fuck?
All right, let's go over some topics we covered last week in New York City.
Okay.
Our mayor was he has to work with Albany. And I was saying how amazing that New York City has to respect
Honestly, wow.
the rest of New York State, but we do. And the mayor's saying, I would like it to be if you get caught masturbating on the subway, you get kicked out. If you get caught twice. Because, first one, okay.
Of course,
we've
yeah,
all
yeah,
been
for
there.
sure. Of course.
You get banned.
Everyone slips up.
You get banned from the subway, but has to work with Albany on that. So give that time.
Banned from the subway.
Now you think that's a lot, right?
Yeah, that's like a hard concept for me to wrap my head around.
Right.
Is it a hard concept to take your dick out on the train?
No, that I've seen. So like
No,
that I
but
understand for
do you
sure.
do it?
No, no, not so much. It's not my favorite place to have my dick out for sure.
But it's not fair to not take the subway,
Oh,
right?
yeah, right. Or just like, who's like policing that? There's not like a bouncer at the subway. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
people, I'm just thinking of all the people that are already shouldn't be on the
Right.
subway, that didn't pay to get in, or just like sleeping there forever, that don't give a fuck what we think if they should be on the subway or not.
But
You know
that's
what
the
I
thing
mean?
too. Chemda said this last week. Like, how are we going to catch these guys?
That's like
Well-
what's the method?
Well, who cares?
Oh, good
So
point,
if I
good point, good
catch
point,
you
good point.
twice somehow,
Fair.
you
That
did
means you did it 20 times.
you did
Yeah.
it 1,000
Oh,
times,
at least for sure.
and you were
At least.
and you were probably still doing it as cops were coming over.
Yeah.
To you.
100%. Like you want to be caught.
I put up the poll. How many public masturbation offenses before one should be banned from the train?
Good question.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. What do the people say?
What were our options?
Yeah.
1,
Uh huh.
2,
Okay.
3 to 5,
Oh.
6 or more.
Dead at 6 or more.
I of course said 1,
Yeah.
85%. 2 times, because again, we all make mistakes,
Everyone slips up.
10%.
10%.
3 to 5, 5%.
Okay.
6 or more, 0%.
Okay. I love that one.
However,
Mm-hmm.
I have a message here from Pumpkin.
Okay, Pumpkin.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but
Oh, I'm so sick of unpopular opinions.
I check the weather and then report, right?
Exactly.
I tend to disagree with the punishment that involves banning people from public transportation. It's a lot like the driving laws in the Midwest. Yes, Keith, I know jerking off in public is different from traffic violations.
Okay.
I like when people correct themselves.
Yeah. Exactly. And throw your name in
It
there.
saves me time. Yes, Keith, I hear you. My point is, when you take away people's way to get to work or to therapy or basically live their lives, it can do a lot more harm than good. Sometimes the punishment doesn't fit the crime. Slippery slope alert, yeah, no pun. Then I would assume this person would say, okay, 6 or more. But why was that 0%?
Yeah, like you decided 6 or more, sir.
But yes, so I'm picturing this person in the subway. You think he's jerking off on his way to therapy? The irony. How are we going to get him help? And by
was
the way,
like-
I don't want him going to where I work.
Well, there is that after that post-cum clarity that you do need before therapy, I think, if you want to get the most out of it.
That is the worst, by the way. Especially watching porn. I'm just like, oh, I'm so into this. And then I come and I'm like, ew, what am I watching?
what have I done?
Oh my God, this is a terrible thing to do to a woman.
Totally. That shit will.
And then I'm like, oh, fuck, it's getting hot again.
Right?
Close the browsers.
minimize. For real.
Yeah, I don't care if your job is busting down boxes at the bottom of a bodega. I don't want you there. Stay at home and jerk off.
Yeah, for real. Get that done first. Priorities.
But I don't have a reason to live. I'm so sorry. I'm good.
Gross.
There should be a suicide machine in your house.
Wait, but what would
Suicide
the
machine, like a big microwave? You can
Honestly,
step
yeah,
into.
yeah, what does that look like?
A button.
It's like a latch you pull and you're crushed by a safe.
By the way, I was saying, of course I like the idea of people that need help to get it, but I don't think you could fix these pedophiles or people that start jerking off on trains.
Agreed. That seems like a bigger issue than.
I said to the audience, I said, you can write a letter anonymously. I won't check your IP address. And let me know, hey, I used to touch kids, but I ended up getting some help. Keith, here's why you're wrong. So I'm going to check my email now because it's been a full weekend.
All right.
Okay. No. Hold on. I'll check the junk folder. Feels apropos. Nope, nothing. All right, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah. Keith would be the one I would tell if I was a pedophile. Yeah. Let me report myself to Keith Malley. Keith Mark Malley.
I promise I won't even say you're in recovery. I would say that you are recovered.
Recovered,
Just
it's a
let me
wrap.
let me know how it happened, and we can help more people. You would think there'd be more anonymous books.
Put a bow on it.
From the
Put a bow on my
pedophile.
pedophilia. I'm out of
Yeah.
here. Get it out of here.
I'm here to help.
Wow.
By the way, this brings up this poll. This was Chemda's idea.
Oh, boy.
Last week's poll. In general,
Okay, General.
who do you usually side with more? Keith or Chemda.
Now the look on his face says it's Keith so far. Now, if the poll continues, are you ripping that apart?
I'm folding it up and handing it to you.
Oh my
Oh
God.
boy. Wow. 50-50 exactly.
Stop. That's beautiful.
Wow.
That
Show
is-
must go on.
That is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
So well balanced.
Ooh, you know what we should do? We had like about 10 years ago, we went up to Canada and we had like a dodgeball tournament, US against Canada. It was so
Oh my
fucking
God,
cool.
I love that.
Now we should do dodgeball, Keith's people against my people.
I love that.
Right?
Keith the girl.
Yes.
I love that.
All of our side will be stoned. All of Keith's side will be recovering alcoholics who haven't done anything about their mindset. So we're dead,
my
but we'll have
God.
weed after.
I love it. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Sorry, Keith.
My side is going to be so much fun.
So lit.
Your side's going to be
Literally.
like, oh, here, did you drop the ball? And our side's like, bong.
And then we're going to be like,
Exactly.
yes, I'm out. I'm going to go smoke weed.
Exactly. Our bench is gonna be fire.
Our side would be like, oh my God, you guys look so strong.
Totally. I'm trying to be on that side,
Yeah.
girl.
Are you throwing the ball like real hard at me?
Exactly. Like, no.
Our side will be twerking at them. Try to hit my butt.
I wonder
Bonus points for the butt.
who's going to win, the subs against the doms.
Bury that. Ow!
You know what? Halfway through, we put on our leather.
Exactly.
And then what?
And then we fucking flip it. Fucking comeback.
I'm into this.
Same.
All right, April 13th through the 15th, like I was saying, it's 4 events. It's 20 comedians here in New York City. Okay, that includes my annual stand-up show. Will Cope will be there.
Sure will.
We're going to do You Can't Say That.
You better not.
And you will be there with Courtney McGinnis, your podcasting co-host.
For
You
sure.
guys are playing against her boyfriend's podcast.
I know, and I'm so fucking excited.
There's no way you're not going to beat them, right?
We have to beat them for
I
sure.
mean, they have trouble speaking.
I know, like, I mean, I'm concerned about, like, just, like, ask 3 straight men to get stuff done with references and shit. Like, no, thank you, girl. We got this.
Will you accept a write-in forfeit right now?
I think I will, absolutely.
Well, what's exciting is that, of course, it's 2 people against 2 people. All right?
Interesting.
So there'll be 3 rounds.
Okay,
Okay, minimum, assuming you don't get kicked out.
Fair,
Right?
valid.
So you will give the clues to this game, which is a cross between charades and taboo, to Courtney.
Yep.
Courtney will give them to you.
Oh my
Then
God.
for the 3rd round, you will decide who gives to who. Now, these 3 men have to figure out what they want to do each time. Maybe one wants to stay out. They don't know communication at all. Who knows?
Wow, they got options.
So a lot of infighting.
Interesting.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I love that. I like to watch them crumble from within.
Yes.
You know, that's going to be great.
Yeah, last year we did You Can't Say That, and everyone's like really jokey and very cash and like throwing out bullshit, and then it started getting competitive.
Ooh.
You guys will turn on each other quick.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be us. I mean, like, I'm more concerned for Courtney because it's fucking Courtney versus Casey. And, like, my competitive ass will end up ruining this relationship in a second.
I love it. Even Keith and I went, and he starts getting mad at me for giving the wrong clues because I didn't. You didn't even watch that movie. Why are you giving me that clue?
Oh my God, I can't wait. I mean, depending on like where the clues are at, there's some things that Courtney and I can get with just some eye contact. So we'll see.
All right.
We'll see. We lived together for 5 years, so
Ooh.
we know each other.
So come on by, keithandthegirl.com/tickets. All the information is there, and we appreciate it. Will, it's great meeting you.
Come through. This is so fun. I had so much fun, you guys. This was a fucking blast. Thank you so much.
They should follow you guys. You should definitely listen to their
absolutely.
podcast, Narcissistas.
Narcissistas. Go to our website, narcissistas.com. It's spelled NARCISISTAS.com.
Did you have to learn how to spell that for your podcast?
Oh, for sure. It's kind of like our outro moment. But now it's just like it's a thing. Get it tattooed on your chest. Why not? Live a little.
Yeah, I had to learn how to spell entrepreneur because people started calling me one, and I still don't know how to do that.
I would for sure drop the ball on that.
I'm so glad there's spell check.
Right? My Bugaboo is available, which is so weird because it's literally available. But like every time like when I try to like type it, I don't know why. Like my brain just like is like, nope,
Maybe
girl.
it's so deep because you're not available.
Ooh, maybe.
You guys come see us. He'll be there April 14th. Go to keithandthegirl.com/tickets.
Yes.